You posted. You know, I got to come to Newark today, so not so bad. You know, I like a change of pace.
There you go.
You know, I would have worn a jacket, but you know, nobody cares. All right.
Move it to be a center. Boom.
Do you want Whitney to put the post out? Or listen to the line?
That I know he speaks Portuguese. I speak Spanish. I'm fine. All right. Well, we're here that late.
Yeah. Ask him afterwards.
Yeah.
Martha's nominating you. We're about to start.
We can arrange everybody. Everybody find the spots. See if we can balance everybody up.
You're welcome.
You're gonna move that, so I'm gonna put your stuff over on the card. Okay? One of you want to throw out that side. Maybe two of you. I'm just gonna move your stuff so that they can close the door. All right, we're good. We're one. One side, then you guys on this side. We're gonna keep the door. You in?
You ready? We're going to start with general, then it's going to go to the prosecutor, then the sheriff, then public safety director. We'll have just a few questions at the end. Attorney General.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon. And thank you for being here today. First and foremost, our thoughts are with the family of Imam Hassan Sharif and the members of Masjid Muhammad here in the city of Newark. Imam Sharif served as a leader in his faith, in his community, and in the larger Muslim community as a voice for others who share his beliefs. While we cannot imagine the grief of his family and those who knew and loved him, may it be some small sense of comfort to all those who knew him that his loss will be felt by many in this city, across the state, and indeed across the country. This remains an active criminal investigation. I'm joined here today by Essex County Prosecutor Ted Stevens, as well as the Director of Public Safety for the City of Newark, Fritz Frage, Chief Miranda from the Newark Police Department, as well as many of our other partners who have been instrumental in these efforts. I want to commend these individuals as well as their teams who are working tirelessly to bring the perpetrator or perpetrators of this act of violence to justice. We do not yet know the motivation for this crime, and while we are not yet at liberty to discuss the progress of our ongoing investigative efforts, the evidence collected thus far does not indicate that this was an act motivated by bias or an act of domestic terrorism. And while we would ordinarily not go public with this type of information so early in our process, we know, and I know, that in light of global events and with a rise in bias directed at many communities we're experiencing across our state, but particularly the Muslim community, there are many in New Jersey right now who are feeling a heightened sense of fear or anxiety at the news of this slaying. Just this morning, I commemorated Muslim Heritage Month, which was formally established by Governor Murphy. New Jersey is the proud home to over 320,000 Muslim Americans, a community that is incredibly diverse in and of itself. Every member of this community, just as every member of the state of New Jersey, deserves to live and worship however it is they choose to do so without fear for their safety. I want every resident of our state to know that we are bringing all of our resources to bear to keep our Muslim friends and neighbors safe, as well as safe all New Jerseyans safe. Just as we are going to continue to work around the clock to identify and bring to justice anyone involved in the killing of Imam Sharif. Regardless of the motivation, we also know that Imam Sharif is just the latest casualty in the senseless gun violence epidemic that plagues our state and our country. Combating the gun violence epidemic is our core priority in my office and in law enforcement throughout our state. Let me be clear. Tragedies like what we've experienced today, regardless of their motivation, should not happen, period. While we will bring these perpetrators to justice, and we will do so, there is nothing that we can do to bring Imam Sharif back to his loved ones and to his community. That wound, tragically, will never fully heal. And because of that, we must collectively redouble our efforts to end this senseless gun violence epidemic and do everything we can to spare future families the pain that Imam Sharif's loved ones are enduring right now. I'll now turn the podium over to Essex County Prosecutor Ted Stevens. Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, I want to, on behalf of the entire Essex County law enforcement family, we want to thank Attorney General Matthew Platkin for joining us in this effort to address today's heinous killing. Joining me today also on behalf of the Essex County Prosecutor's Office is First Assistant Prosecutor Romet Sadeo, our Chief of Detectives Mitchell McGuire, and our Chief Assistant Prosecutor Tom Fenley. At approximately 6 a.m. today, Newark Police Department was alerted to the shooting of Imam Hassan M. Sharif of Masjid Muhammad Mosque, located in the 200 block of South Orange Avenue here in Newark. We can only confirm that he was shot more than once. EMS responded promptly and transported him to University Hospital, which is located within blocks of the mosque. And despite the valiant efforts of the hospital staff, the imam succumbed to his injuries at 14:21 this afternoon. Shortly after the shooting was discovered, the Essex County Prosecutor's Office joined the Newark Police Department in the investigation of this matter, and we took over the matter wholly after the pronouncement. At this time, all investigative resources are being utilized. Although at this stage in the investigation, we do not have a motive, as the Attorney General indicated. It does not appear that the imam was a victim of a biased crime or that this is related to terrorism. While the Essex County Prosecutor's Office is the lead agency in this investigation, this office always continuously works closely with our long-established partners. First, Newark Police Department, of course, is at the forefront, but we received also numerous offers of assistance from other state and local agencies. And I want to thank for joining us today, FBI Special Agent in Charge, Jim Dennehy, and ATF Special Agent in Charge, Brian Miller, for their attendance and their support. While I have indicated that this investigation is at the very early stages, the impact on the community of this sort of particularly dastardly crime cannot be understated. It's not lost on anyone here in the law enforcement community here in Essex County. And we're dedicated to bringing justice for the imam's family. To assist in this quest, I'd like to ask to come to the podium Sheriff Armando Fontura, who will discuss the Crime Stoppers program. Sheriff.
Thank you, Prosecutor. As the general indicates of the prosecutor, everyone is on with ongoing events throughout the world. All of our religious institutions have been on edge for quite some time. We, along with our partners, have been aggressively patrolling the area, along with Newark and everyone else, every religious institution. Our bomb squad has been very, very busy of late. And we'll continue to make sure that we provide safety for all of our religious institutions. In keeping with what the prosecutor had reminded, the Essex County Crime Stoppers will be offering a $25,000 reward for anyone who steps forward with any information regarding the shooting of Imam Sharif. $25,000, step forward, no questions asked. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Now, also, I'd like to come forward, the Newark Public Safety Director, Fritz Frage. I just met with him at a press conference held by the City of Newark last week, where we were actually touting a reduction in crime overall in the City of Newark, and particularly reduction in homicides. It was enjoyed not only in Newark, but countywide. But yet we find ourselves here today as we turn the page. Director Frage.
Good afternoon. I'm also here with my Chief Emmanuel Miranda, and Director of the Office of Violence Prevention and Trauma Recovery, Tisha Yuri. OBP is also here with me. On behalf of Mayor Rache Baraka, the City of Newark extends its deepest condolences to the family of Hassan Sharif. The Essex County Prosecutor's Office is the lead law enforcement agency investigating this incident. Newark City, Newark Police Department is assisting and has detected assigned to the Homicide Task Force to assist in this investigation. At this preliminary stage, we have no reason to assume that this is a biased incident. However, we are investigating all leads to its end. Hassan Sharif was a resident imam of Masjid Muhammad Mosque for approximately 5 years. He was very much involved in Newark Interfaith Alliance. We worked closely with Director Pastor Slaughter of the Newark City Clergy Affairs Wing. He was part of our Safe Surrender program, and his mosque was one of the safe houses where fugitives turned themselves in to help prevent violence or interactions with police departments and fugitives that are under arrest. This greatly assisted the city of Newark in apprehension of known felons with warrants. He was a community advocate who protested against gun violence continuously. He supported the city in all of its efforts in helping to keep our cities safe. It is with deep loss that the city will mourn his absence. Let's keep his family in our prayers.
Thank you, Director Frage. In addition to being dedicated to solve this crime, as is always the case with the Essex County Prosecutor's Office and the entire law enforcement community here in Essex for that matter, we cannot, and it's not lost on us, the particular impact on the Islamic community. We share your pain. And we promise to utilize the full resources of those here and those who are continuing to partner with us so we make sure that this heinous crime is solved and that the perpetrators are brought to justice. Now, unfortunately, we are in the embryonic stage of this investigation, and as such, it doesn't really offer much opportunity to share with you much more than I already have. Having said all that, I will attempt to entertain one or two questions if there are any, but just understand that this is the early stage of the investigation and we're not going to be able to share much more than
Andy?
I have already.
Andy, you want to go?
There were some reports that he had been attacked before, this imam in particular. Have you guys heard anything about that or been able to confirm that this is not his first attack at that particular mosque?
But this is part of the active investigation. We're covering all possible leads and other evidence that might have impacted today.
Yes.
Can you tell us where, was it in the parking lot that he was shot? Was it at the front door? Can you specify? Or you said he was shot more than once as well. Can you tell us how many times he was shot?
Well, I can't go into the number of times just to confirm it was more than once. It was located in his vehicle in the Camden Street area, which is right by the mosque.
Sir,
On the previous incident, just to be specific, was there ever a report made at this mosque a couple of months ago by this same individual, a gun being pointed at his head? Or does this say something about that particular area? Perhaps you have some numbers on the crime statistics in that area.
I can't answer any of the 4 questions you just asked me.
Roman,
Do you have video surveillance on this crime?
Video is one of our main sources. As you know, we're investigating all video that is available. It would be, I think, unusual to say there's no video in the entire area, but whatever is there, we are trying to utilize to the full.
gentleman in the red.
Yeah. Sir, the message that this is not a bias, you don't believe it's a bias crime is very important. And I wonder if the Newark police chief can say that in Spanish. Chief Miranda.
Sí.
Por favor.
Por favor.
Buenas tardes, soy el jefe Emanuel Miranda de la policía de Newark y ahora mismo lo que puedo decirles es que la ciudad de Newark, el alcalde Ras J. Baraka, el concejal, los concejal miembros y el departamento de la seguridad de la policía de la ciudad de Newark estamos entristecidos en lo que ocurrió esta mañana y un acto bien horrible que cometió esta mañana. El imán Hassan Sharif era un residente de la mezquita por aproximadamente 5 años. Él fue muy involucrado en el interreligiosos alianza en el programa de la reducción de seguridad en la ciudad de Newark. Él fue un defensor de la comunidad y protestaba contra la violencia armada y la violencia en la ciudad de Newark. Nosotros en este momento estamos investigando un homicidio. Estamos con el fiscal del condado de Essex, la policía de Newark y también con los agentes del FBI y del ATF. Estamos trabajando todos juntos. En este momento no tenemos ningún motivo por qué ocurrió este homicidio. Vamos a estar trabajando 24 horas, 7 días para conseguir los sospechosos que cometió este delito. Muchas gracias.
Katie, you want to take the last one?
Can you tell us if security is being increased, if police are increasing patrols at other mosques in the city?
Yes, all the mosques and all religious edifices in Newark are constantly under increased vigilance and protection. But yes, with regard to mosques, that there is an increase.
Good, boss.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If I
Attorney
could just
General.
address that as a statewide matter, since October 7th, we've had heightened presence in and around houses of worship frankly, for all of our religious communities, but particularly for our Muslim and Jewish communities. Today, we've made outreach to Muslim communities, both in Newark, but also throughout the state of New Jersey. And we will be providing, as we have been for the past several months, any resource that they need to feel safe. So we're asking everybody in our community, our partners, to let us know if there's anything that they want to be done, and anything that is making them feel unsafe, so we can respond. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're here. You good?
Monday.
Yes.
Sure.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Look good. Good for an old guy.
The chief did all right. The chief could